Look, everyone is touching themselves with your money. Every sales guru out there, it is literally grabbing your money, is wrapping it around it, and he's just giving it as hard as he can. This is literally what they're doing. It's a very grotesque picture, but the reality is that, well, it's just what the fuck it is. Everyone is selling you the idea that you should be future pacing. Everyone is telling you that the best way of selling is just prospect, 6 months from now, we're having steak at a fancy restaurant and you're telling me how much money you made with my program. And we're both like, ha, 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 doing millionaire laughs. That's what people tell you and sell you that selling is about. And they sell you a fucking course teaching you how to say that. And then when you don't make money, you're like, what the fuck happened? And then it's because you just haven't bought the more premium version of their program that indicates, that entices things that are not even about sales anymore. So hopefully, I know I'm not going to save everyone. I know they're just going to get fucking scammed by all these famous gurus. So it's whatever. But I know there's one. I know there's just one of you that is going to be looking at my videos and say, maybe this is actually true. Maybe I'm getting fucking digged down right now with this. So, you know what? I'll just listen to this motherfucker. I'll be more cautious. And that's it. I already done my deed. So, gentlemen, this is how future pacing works. I'm going to explain it to you in this quick sales call review that I did for one of my students, where he and the Prosper are kind of talking about future pacing, and you'll realize how fucking shit it is. And I'm also going to be telling you that if for some reason you have a business owner or a boss, a sales manager, whatever, and they're forcing you the idea that you have to future pace for fuck no, and I'll show you how to do it. Like literally, you can see the trick that how you can future pace it and then immediately get something good out of it, even if you're future pacing like a fucking idiot. So there's a lot of good in this video. I really hope that you can appreciate it and you just drop me a fucking like for it, or not. And I will be seeing you years later when you already paid one of the stupid gurus and they took all your money and you're not closing shit. And then Alexa, AI sales replaces you. And now you just don't know what to do and you end up working at McDonald's. That's going to be, unfortunately, the truth for the majority. So yeah, anyways, interesting intro for this video. I'll see you in the video. All right, guys? Soldier Boy.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, everyone can see, everyone can hear
me?
Right.
Sir.
Let's see what Jared did here.
Jesse.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
How's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Just in those seconds. Thoughts? Anyone?
He's high.
Yeah, my initial thoughts were like, he's probably not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Exactly. That's the first thing that I'm thinking, okay? Now, still too early. Jared, great energy, smiling. Very good.
Nice, nice. I like that background you got. You got a lot of posters?
No, this is my sister's room. It's just, I thought the meeting was gonna be at 1 for me.
Oh.
It's 10 a.m. over here. I'm in California.
Oh, okay. I mean, is now a good time?
Yeah, no, we're
for you,
good.
or-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's actually good because I was gonna be at the storage unit later, so it's good that I'm here at home right now.
Okay, nice, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse. Well, in that case, let's just jump into things, all right?
Yeah.
Cool. So to quickly lay out how the call will go, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay, quick report. Nothing insanely good. Honestly, if I am on the call, I would say something in Spanish, or at least say that, I don't know, my last name is Mercado, so we're definitely going to get along on the Latino American aspect, and he just probably laughed or something. Like, I don't know. It's an obvious thing, all right? Everyone, Fahad joined and all of you literally said, Inshallah, like crazy. It's like, it's just a funny thing. It immediately creates a report, okay? So you would have used that. I would have said it. Calling out the background with the all this stuff was not a bad move, but he actually embarrassed him. He actually embarrassed them when he said about the sister. So, Anyways,
Really make sure that we could help you and that I know you can be successful with this.
what is the mistake that you're doing right now? Before you start, when you have someone with the phone, like they're literally holding the phone like this in the call, you always say to them, "Hey, by the way, I'm seeing that you're gonna take the call on the phone." Yeah, okay. So I'll give you a minute. Put the phone somewhere. I don't want you to be, all the time like this. It's gonna be annoying. It's gonna be tiring for your arm. So that we can have a more relaxed conversation. I don't know. That's the first thing, because then you're gonna have the dude in the call like this all the time, moving like this, All right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Once I have a good understanding of like your entire situation, where you're at, where you want to get to, then I will, if everything makes sense, I'll explain the program to you. And then you can also ask me any questions that you have for me as well. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Also, just, you know,
It feels like he just doesn't know why he's here for. This is what I'm seeing. Like, you're explaining the stuff like he knows, but I'm seeing him like I have no idea what I'm doing here.
I'm very direct. So I'll ask direct questions. Just be
Mhm.
as open and
Like you're really focused on your framing, which you're doing very good, by the way. Like, framing is very well, all right? But because you're so focused on the framing, you're missing out on how he is. You see how he moving the phone already, probably in an uncomfortable position, right?
transparent as possible. So I could get a good understanding and I could really know that we could help.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. All right, Jesse. So I'll let you kick it off. Start by
Yeah.
telling me what is the main reason you want to scale your eBay business right now?
So the thing is, I was right now, so let me tell you, I'm working full time and I'm
Mhm.
kind of doing eBay on the side. But the
Okay.
thing is, I was actually full time like last year, and I was doing about like 5 to 6 gross. And
Okay.
the thing is, I was doing clothing, so I'm very experienced already, and like, I was doing 25 listings a day, like taking photos and then posting them on the same day.
Okay.
The thing with that is like I just didn't save.
He's lying through his teeth. This guy has no fucking idea what he's doing, by the way. Like, no idea what he's doing, by the way. But
Correctly. So
seems interested.
like I had a
How do you see that he's lying?
You see what is even that smiley, that the face. So you get lies with a combination of things that are indicators of stress, but it's a combination: touching face, changing tonality, high blink rate, looking away, looking every time he makes a statement, he looks at you to make sure that you're believing. It's a combination of things that gives you the, okay, this is a lie. But it's not because he did this. It's like, oh, he's lying. Yes. Like, I
Mhm.
literally, when I said this, I touched my nose. That doesn't mean that I'm lying.
Mhm.
Okay. That's why it's so important to see the combination, like the cluster of it. All right. Also, he
Yeah.
already did this pattern with the eye. Do you guys remember what I thought in wasn't an originator call? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yes, the hunter's eye.
That the prospect was looking this way all the time. And then when he said something that was a lie, I went the other way. He already did that too. But again, you don't have to see this stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry about seeing this stuff. Like, relax, relax. I'm just giving you more context so that it's easier. You guys are like, how?
a few slow months because the thing is, I was buying like Facebook deals and I bought posters, so I took
Mhm.
like a month off of clothing to list the posters. And
Mhm.
when that happened, like obviously my sales for clothing went down, and that was like my main income. So it slowed it
Mhm.
down.
I will give you this though, and I would like all of you to actually do pay attention to this. Eye movement. It's so difficult to really realize when someone is lying or not because it's works on patterns. Like someone who's, for example, me, when I am, and I just literally do it when I'm thinking about what to say, I look upright. Okay. When I am remembering something, I go to the left like this. And you guys can confirm when you guys watch my videos, you will see that when reciting something, I do this. When I'm thinking about something like, how do I say this? Boom. I always go this way. Right. But this is a personal pattern. Me. All right. And I have an uncommon one because it's two different sides. So that's an exception. Most people always stay to one side, like this and this. It's just important. I want you guys to understand, because it's not like if I look this way, I'm lying. It's a special case. So, like I said, it's broad. That's why I don't want you guys to go crazy on it. But I do want everyone to always remember this. There's one that is very predictable in more than 95% of people, which is downright. Downright is an emotional memory. Okay? Every time he says that, when he stopped this business for whatever the fuck, okay? I'm gonna play it again. He stops looking at the normal places, and boom, he's looking at downright. Yes? So something there is emotional there. When you see something emotional, what does that mean? I'm gonna ask questions on that. Okay? It's just an easy way for you to know. This is how you guys become a completely next level closer. Like a ridiculously next level closer. All right? Hey, put your fucking phone down. Focus. If you cannot even watch one video with full concentration, how do you expect to be successful in life? Focus. Now, since I have you here, you could work one-on-one with me. I don't have a mentorship, I have a brotherhood. I have people who are working almost 700 hours in a row. I have people who had no knowledge in sales and now are making more than 5 figures in just a few months. I will not teach you stupid linguistics like say the stupid word track. I will not teach you useless tonalities that make you look like a clown. I will not teach you to be a pushover in sales who tries to force stuff. Quite the opposite. I'm going to teach you psychology, the real psychology, so that you can know exactly what to do to make people do whatever the fuck you want. You don't get just group coaching calls. You get one-on-ones with me where you can become a beast, where I can help you with anything you need. I can be your mentor. More than 300 hours of fucking content so that you know exactly what to do in every area. Join the brotherhood. Join the hunters and become the best version of yourself. Get the life you always fucking wanted, or do nothing and let my hunters take everything from you. If you want to join, you can see the link down below. That being said, let's continue with the video. I heard for a left-handed is the opposite. No, not at all. It does other changes, but no, not for that. Down left internal monologue, yes, but no one even knows what internal monologue is. That's what you're getting from watching Chase. I'm looking at you. I said it. I know
You
I
said
said
it.
it.
No,
I know I
no.
said it.
I didn't watch Chase. I swear.
Okay. It's not that it's forbidden to watch Chase. It's just that I don't want you
No,
guys
you
to be
said it. That's why.
distracted, you know? Because not like, I don't know. But you get the point. See, I should, yeah. Anyways, if you guys don't know, internal monologue is when you already rehearse something, you don't like a speech. You're like, when you guys when I saw your looms, you guys were that loom review, a bunch of you were doing this for seconds. It's like, it's like accessing the internal monologue that you're saying.
And then on top of that, I went.
I'll put this again and I want you to see how he looks down right. Actually, I literally froze it there. Okay? Constantly looking down right when he talks about this topic. Important that you see when someone does this.
A month off of clothing to list the posters, and when that happened, like, you know, obviously my sales for clothing went down, and that was like my main income, so it slowed it down. And then on top of that, I went on vacation to Puerto Rico, and I spent like,
You see, it's another example. You guys caught it? Vacation, Puerto Rico, smiling, remembering something. Looking down right. Emotion. All right? That's a great example and seeing how it works.
way more than I should have, right? And it all piled up, and I kind of just was like, you know what, like, I can't really be spending on like investing in inventory, especially when I was already like I was tight, you know. So I just went back to a job, and right now, like I said, I'm doing the job and I'm doing eBay, but obviously my goal is to go back and like do it full time again. So I've found like sources like for clothing and stuff. Like I found how David does the unprocessed raw donations. Like I found one supplier, but the thing is, like, I don't know how consistent they're gonna be with the, you know, me being able to buy in the future. So it's like if if I try to do this on my own, that's really my main supplier, and I don't know how for sure that is. And obviously with David, he has all the connections, so it's like I'd rather be with someone who's more, you know, established. And I know he has his group and stuff, so obviously I want to be a part of like a group rather than just doing it on my own.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like that's my main goal, is just to, you know, to get out of the 9 to 5. Maybe by like the end of this year, that's where I was trying to head towards, is by the end of the year.
Mhm.
But obviously, like if this works out, like I don't know, I might even change plans. We'll see how it goes. But yeah.
Okay. So
Well, lip compression, do you think he's nervous as well? If then at 5. Okay. So what do you do here? We can analyze every single thing. I mean, when he disagrees with something, when he does this, we can even talk about that. But point is, this guy right now, on general, he's literally telling you the truth. All you have to do is Jared gone? Oh no, here he is. I missed your camera. So basically, the whole point here was just a good recap. You know, okay, so this, and I would go on what happened into him. You know that he kind of mentioned something vaguely that stopped him making money, whatever the fuck. Like something was there. I'm going there. All right. So okay, so you told me X, Y, and Z. And you basically want to leave the 9 to 5, go more into this, you know, making feel like he's heard. And then I'm asking about what happened that conflicted him on making money, because apparently he was when something happened. I'm kind of confused, and he's very emotional about that. So that is your point. That is your number one key point to go at. All right. Just you haven't gone there, right?
no, I think I went straight into the job. Well, kind of. I went into he was doing eBay full time and then he had to get a job. So I guess it's similar, but I could have done it better.
No. That's why we're here to learn. All right. Let's see.
You were doing eBay full time, running the business, but because vacation and you kind of switched some things up, sales fell,
And then I
and
had
then
to go,
basically,
yeah, also I had to go to the dentist, and I didn't have insurance, so it's like I came out of pocket a lot, and
Mhm.
you know, it's just
In these moments when prospects like jump and they want to talk more, at the beginning, you don't stop them. What you did is good, Jared. Which is keep going, because they're just, they're just ventilating, giving us stuff. So it's like, sure, not a problem at all. Listen to them.
like everything just piled up all at once, and it was just like, man,
Mhm.
like before it gets to me not having any money, I might as well just go back and have that like safety net while still
Mhm.
investing, because I was only full time on eBay for like a full year. So
Mhm.
I was still growing, and I still had to invest aggressively, you know? Like every
Mhm.
month I would be able to pay my bills, but the rest of it is going back in the business. I'm not
Mhm.
really like, you know, living comfortably yet off of it within a year. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm still in the building stages, and then like I said, it's just all these expenses happen. So it was
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean?
Okay. So yeah, pretty much that made you have to go back to working full time,
Yeah.
and you don't want to do that. You want to.
He's not, it's just a mental note. All these expenses happened. Trump's fault, Hillary Clinton's fault, like usually this gives you a complete lack of ownership. I don't know. We'll see how the call goes, but I'm not seeing this guy with a lot of ownership right now. So very interesting stuff to just make a mental note on it and keep going at it. But overall, it's about the money, it's about the job, and what happened that stopped him from getting that money. That's where I'm going directly, but this is the area that we should be looking at for sure.
Run the business full time and then live comfortably.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you living now then? I know you have a job, so it seems like you probably have some more safety, but tell me about
Yeah.
that.
So right now, yeah, I'm doing the job, and I'm basically so my job, actually, I work with
I'll give you a good one for all of you to know, because you'll see this a lot, and this prospect is doing it a lot every time he talks about the job. This, the tongue out is I hate this. I despise this. It's like you're disgusted by it. It's like you're spitting on it. Every time he did it, he talked about the job, literally. So it's a good cue, just for you guys to know a little bit more.
I'm doing kind of the same thing as e-commerce. So I'm a lister for Goodwill.
Okay.
Do you know their e-commerce platform? I mean, it's called Shop Goodwill.
No, what do you
So it's
do?
kind of
What
like
is
their
that?
eBay.
Okay.
They have an online store and they sell like their, their higher end items on there.
Mm.
So like at every store, well, the ones that do high volume, like they'll have a e-commerce guy in the back and he's basically doing like what eBay people do, but for them. So I'm over
Okay.
here like going through the donations, just looking for all the, the good stuff and just posting it, and it goes to their website. Like I said, it's Shop Goodwill.
Mhm.
And it's like a they do it 7 day or like 9 day auction. And right there it's like I'm doing like 20 to 25 in sales every month, just like on my own, like for the store.
He shows a lot of contempt. He did contempt 3 times. He's doing literally. I just cut him again when he talks about the job, and he really dislikes it. So again, the job is a great point to talk. Okay, I still want to know what happened. There's some. Did you ask him at any point about a singular moment where my question was, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I think something big was there. Second one would have been the job. So overall, yeah.
20. What do you mean? 20, 25 sales?
20,000
Like the
in sales, like for the
Okay.
e-commerce.
So they're paying you 20,000.
No. So like the thing is, you post, like you're at their location, right? You go to a retail store, and you're there like the whole month posting their donations that they get, and then whatever
Mhm.
sells from the stuff you posted from their store, it goes on to like the whole the e-commerce for the county, and your store is like right there. It says like this store did 20,000, this store did 15, this store did 30.
Okay.
So
I see.
I'm like on my own, I'm doing 20,000 for that store specifically in e-commerce
Okay.
department. There's
Are they giving you
retail.
like commission?
Good of you at jumping, because this is like it's dreading. I don't know what we're talking about. It's like, okay, let's how much you're making, how much you're spending. Tell me about this job. How do you feel in this job? That's basically how has to go. Talking about money in the job. Those two are your points, since we're in this direction of the call.
On that?
No, it's just like
No.
hourly. Yeah, you
Oh.
get your raises or whatever, but like it's mostly just like, your hourly, and then you kind of move up just like a regular
It
job.
sounds like you like that. You like doing that job.
Yeah, well the thing is I'm using it as like a learning opportunity to
That was a elicitation attempt. Not bad.
expand my knowledge on like products, because I'm doing
At least it gives you an idea on how the guy wants to see the world. This actually is a great example for me to show you this. If you made it sounds like you like this job, when he obviously doesn't. So they will give you two things. They will rationalize like, well, I mean, yeah, it has this thing I can learn, and like, so you see that this guy, he just really wants to see the positive side, and more than likely he is trying to make himself seen a certain way to you. That's going to be one example. And the other one is obviously going to be, yeah, man, I fucking hate this. All right. Elicitation works because it shows you, it gives you more information, and what do they think. Now you can use this to double elicitate. And when he says, yeah, it's a great opportunity that I can learn, it's like, okay, how much have you learned so far with it? What results you got with that coaching that you're doing? If you're learning so much with it, why would you like be here? And then you got him in the line. Yes, that's how you loop him back into it. If you don't loop him back, he stays with the no. This is a great job. I mean, it's whatever. But you have to loop him back like I did, so that he realizes that he's living in that lie. Otherwise, the job is great. This is like an aha moment for you.
Yeah. This is what kind of messed me up because of this. I do ask. I'm like, okay, why don't you keep doing it? And then I forget what he says, but then I go into something else because I'm like, all right, well, this is kind of a dead end, but I could have done so much more. Like, how much do you make at the job? How many hours you working? And gone through data with that, and then could have opened a lot of doors. So I think this is where I messed up.
Might as well, yes. So the whole point here is that if you open this door with elicitation, no, this job is good, I can learn. Sure, I bet you learn a lot. Yeah, I mean, I learned how to do this and this. No way. All that you learn? Yeah, I did all this and blah, 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 blah. And then you say, okay, how much money you made with this in total then? And now we're getting to factual results, like how much money he did for how many hours he worked. And then he sounds like, yeah, well, I did this and this. And then you say, well, if you're doing so well with this, why are you here? Like you're already learning in there. Why would you want to learn here? And then he has to say, or even better, if you want to go with the whole route with elicitation, you just say, Well, considering you're making great money there and you're learning, I bet this is not important. I bet you don't want to join here. You leave it there. And I was like, no, no. I mean, I do want to learn more, and I want something. Like you're making him say it and defend. Yes, that's the whole route with elicitation. You can do it with questions, you can do it with elicitation, but the whole point is that you're looping him back into it. The problem is
Mhm.
that if you just do half a loop, you put them here where the last thing he says is that, yeah, I mean, this is a great job. I'm learning. Yes, it's imagine there is a mentorship where you paid a lot of money to join, and you're like, "Eh, yeah, I mean, at least I'm manifesting. I'm learning how to drink tea. That's great. But if you finish the whole loop, so you're paying top dollar and you're not closing shit. That makes sense. So the
Yeah, it
whole
makes
thing
sense.
is, if you don't close the loop and you leave people half looped open, they actually will start defending that idea now. Yes. So you
Mhm.
started very well, and I do like how you used it. This is good shit. I'm happy for it. I like it. But you got to do the whole loop in this case. This is the difficult case, and is the most unlikely case as well, because
Mhm.
to the majority of people, when you say, when they're showing a lot of contempt and disgust for their job, and you say, I bet you like that job, it's like, "No, I don't like it. I have to. I need the money." And then it's an easy way of entering. But some people will try to defend it. It's, you have a shady relationship. When someone asks you about the relationship, you say, no, no, no. I mean, it's great. Me and Brenda, it's like, well, which is like, it's awesome. And you're just, shedding a tear while you're doing it.
Mhm.
So my point is, it's similar. It's important how people see you. Same thing with this guy. So it's a closed loop. Is
Mhm.
this clear?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Good shit. All right, let's see.
I'm doing clothing specifically like for my own on eBay, like but right there, like I'm learning everything. I'm learning wares, I'm learning like bigger product stuff that I wouldn't even really look at. But
Mhm.
you're just there and you're finding value in things that you wouldn't even usually look up. So it's like I'm getting paid to learn type.
Okay. So why not just keep doing that? Like keep working there.
Good one. Good one. It's like you jumped a step. I would have got more details and then I would have done this. But all is good. It's good. Let's see.
Because that's not what I see in my long-term goal.
Okay. What do you
Like
see in your long-term goal?
I'm trying to build my eBay, and like eventually I'm trying to have my warehouse. Because right now I have my storage units
Mhm.
and there's inventory, but the thing is I'm still building it. And right now, like the thing, I guess bottleneck is what they call it, is like that I have a bunch of inventory to process. And
Mhm.
since I'm at my job, like I can't be over there sorting through all the clothes, right? So
You mean your stuff?
yeah, like I said, I bought bales before. I bought like thousands of pounds of bales, and like they're just at my storage right now. So right now it's like I'm not worried about looking for the inventory, but the thing is in the future, it's like, will I still have that connection?
Mhm.
And
Okay.
This is a perfect example of a half loop. He gave you what you wanted to hear and what's the ideal, but as a future pace version, as in the future, I have to change this. In the future, this is what I want to do. What about the right now? Like that's what needs to be, that's the next step in this call. Now you bring it into the present, which is okay. So in the future, you want to be having your own store, you don't want to be having this job. Great. That makes total sense. So why are you here in this call right now? And why not having this call in 2 years from now when you actually want to wear that warehouse? Because I mean, with this job, you're doing fantastic, right? That's a good long
Yeah.
solicitation.
And this is the guy that I told you about in the last call. That's like, oh, I could just do this in the future.
And now you see what advice I gave you. You like pain and you like the urgency of it.
Hmm.
Pain, again, we is too early to tell, but the urgency is a clear example here because you're talking about a future thing.
Hmm.
Urgency is built in the present situation. You cannot build urgency for the future.
Yeah, that's big. That's something I need to do more in my calls.
Like just try to force someone to in the future lose weight? How do you pressure someone that in the future they can lose weight? This is not going to happen. Okay, so there has to be something that grounds him to the present. All right. In this example, it might have been, okay, so in 2 years from now, you are going to have a family and you need to be making money with this because you're also going to be fired from your job. It's like a big event happening in the future. How does that correlate in the present? Because in the present, you have to build that store now so that you can have that. It's the example of how can I make this person lose weight in the future? Well, they have a honeymoon in a year. That's the event. Okay. What about the present now? You have to start eating well and train now because it's always about the present anyways. This conversation is about the future right now. Yes?
Yeah. Yeah, that's so good. Because I see that all the time with people saying like, oh, because in the future I want to do this, or in the future, maybe I'll lose my job. I get that a lot with these kinds of people, but I have trouble connecting it to now and building the urgency. But what you said is very helpful. Just basically throw the ball in their court. It's like, okay, in 2 years this is going to happen, but what about now?
It is always about reading them. It's just you have to find a way of bringing it into the present. Otherwise, and they have to understand that their future goals start today. As long as they understand that, you're good. So yeah. And Androniti, you want to say something on this?
Yeah, I just wanted to share a perspective that might help Mr. Mercado that I got from you. This is actually super helpful. I've been using it in a lot of my calls. When you don't necessarily, like when they have a future reason, but you don't see why they would take action today, literally make the fucking prospect do the work for you and say, yeah, so if I'm being honest with you, like I hear you. I hear the reasons you want to change this in the future, but I don't see why would we actually change this today? Like I don't see you changing this today. I see you being fine with pushing this, even if it's just for a day or week. And then they will do the work for you and justify to you why they need to change this today. You do nothing. So yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yes.
So, Jesse, what I want
that's-
to understand. Oh, do you have something to say?
No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. So what I want to understand, I know you're doing eBay full time. Now you're working and doing eBay on the side.
Yeah, even though eBay
You're
right now
obvious-
is low key, like, it's giving me the same amount of income. I'm
Okay,
doing
so it's
like,
working.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe even a little
So-
more.
Okay. How much are you making with eBay then?
Like last month I did like 6K gross. But the thing
Okay.
is, like, I'm listing a lot of higher end items, like I'm posting a lot of cameras. I sold like a $2,000 camera, and like I'm posting sunglasses, stuff that's like not like the clothing that's gonna be like 20 on average. So
Okay.
I'm like I'm making good money, but it's because I'm having the higher ticket items. And then the bread and butter like clothing stuff, it's doing all right. But the thing is, like,
Now you interrupt. Okay, let me see if I got this right. The hand like this, exaggeratedly in the camera. Don't do like this. Let me see if I got this right. What is good money? You made 6K gross profit to you for Jesse Herrera. How much is that? Like in that month? It's like 3K, bro. I made like 3K. Okay, so you made $3,000. Great. Is that great money? How much do you like? How much do you live with, like on a monthly basis? What would like almost 3K? So paycheck to paycheck, yeah. How's that great money? You see, it's like boom, boom. We go layers deep into the conversation because right now we're talking about the same topic. Like we're kind of like circling around the same thing. That's not really helpful.
like I said, I don't really have time to be posting it right now. So actually, I hired my sister, not like officially hired her, but I'm she's taking photos for me and I'm paying her, but not under like payroll or anything. I'm just sending her the money. So like,
You guys want to see withheld opinions? Yeah, it's like I want to talk, motherfucker. Stop interrupting me. That's an example of withheld opinions from Mr. Mercado right there.
so that she can help out with processing.
All right, Jesse, what I really want to understand.
Remember, you touch something to gain control. You see, if everything makes sense when you actually see it. I just want you guys to.
From you is why you want to do this. Because obviously, like I get, okay, you want to do this full time.
Mm, not the right question. Right now, it should have been help me understand the money. Like money, 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 expenses. You're living like this. Then next one is talking about your job. What do you hate so much about this job? And doing the negative on him because he is literally like, this guy, this job, I'm learning. So you want to flip that around. And once you got those two, you will uncover the pain. Then you push a little bit deep in the pain, and then you're good. You can just follow the sales roadmap to not make it super long. And then with that, pretty much the whole call is like,
Hmm. Do you think with this prospect, it's better to go into the tangibles because he's like kind of
at the beginning, yes. At the beginning, yes. So how I
yeah.
would have done it if I'm in this call, I started by talking about that thing that happened where he lost money, that stopped, and something was out there. I don't know where that would have taken me and him. Then after that, I'm talking about tangibles, money, 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 like logistical stuff, data gathering, perfect data gathering. Once I have that, I go back into that emotional side about the job and how would have that been connected to the first question I asked, pretty much about that thing. And then I'll have the pain very clear, very, very explicit. And then I'm going with the sales roadmap. Yes.
Yeah. For some reason, I feel like I totally forgot about tangibles and getting the data. I think probably because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, this guy was like annoying me. Just like the way he's talking and how he just seems very not intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of like, bro, let me talk. And he keeps cutting me off. So I think that distracted me. And that's why I didn't think about that part.
You can also call that out, which is Jesse. I really appreciate that you're sharing everything with me. I hate when I try to help people and they never do this. Like, awesome, but you're sharing so much that I'm not gonna. We're gonna be talking for 4 hours, man. Do you like me that much? I don't know. And you both laugh. It's like, anyways, let's be more direct. So, what happened with this? It's like, and you basically pull an engineer. You know what I explained earlier? That when it's an uncomfortable topic, you just bring something up quickly,
Hmm.
right? So it's like, because this is, you're presenting it in a fun way, but it's a bit uncomfortable. You're basically telling them, shut the fuck up. And then you immediately, boom, you bring another topic immediately, like on top of that.
Hmm.
That's how you could have done it so that the guy kind of understands. And if you do it and he's still interrupting you, then more direct. Hey, like I said, let's make sure that we're going, toe to toe about this, like a ping pong. Imagine this, we're playing ping pong. Question, answer, so that I can make sure that this is the right fit for you. And then the third time is like, stop interrupting me. When this, and you ask a question like this, like you become more authoritarian. I did this multiple times, but you build that up. Yes,
Hmm.
you don't just say stop interrupting me, and you don't just do that out of nowhere. It's like the prospect is like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Hmm.
Right? Well, not this guy though. You actually could have done this in the first and you were like, okay, but usually don't. Not a good idea. Yes,
Yeah. Makes sense.
good shit. I want Luca to read me the next call review when I send the call. Need to get on a call first. Yeah, I can also do that once. It will be fun. Like I can literally read you guys, how you behave and how you do stuff. For example, I forgot to say, thank you for this. I really like how you, especially at the beginning, were listening to him. Like you were like this. Like you were very focused, and then that really helps people talk more. All right.
Hmm.
Guys, very important. When you're having a call and someone is telling you stuff, don't do this. Don't pull an Amro where basically you're like this. This is not that's not how you use a silence. Okay? The silence is like this. You're expressive. You nod your head. Don't not pancake, okay? Not pancake mode. Pancake, it makes people awkward. Like they don't know if they should be talking or not. Just do this as an example. Initiate a conversation with someone, and on purpose, when they're talking, do this. Like on purpose, do that, and you'll see how awkward they feel. Like genuinely, don't do that. All right. Look, if a prospect does the withheld opinion, would you call it out directly? Definitely, I would say, I see that you're compressing your lips. What are you not telling me? Confess. Like now, these are things that you, when you catch them, it's just interesting. Interesting. I know that I have to say something about this, so I'll give you an example. I'm gonna role play with myself, but pretending I'm you. Aiden, the full investment for this program is gonna be 4K, and now you say this. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. I know there's something more in there. All right. But I'm not going to say, I see you press your lips. Tell me. You just say, okay, there's something that this guy's not telling me. I'm going to find a smart way in the context so that I can talk more.
Yeah, I didn't mean it in like a literal fact of, telling them I've seen XYZ. Do you want to talk about it? I just meant like, would you say something to point it out rather than saying, I've noticed. Do you know what I mean? Because you compressed your lips, is there something you want to say rather than just, is there anything you kind of want to share around that? That's what I kind of meant. Does that make sense?
I'll give you one that you can always use. It seems like dot dot dot. It seems
That's
like
what I was
dot dot
thinking
dot.
about. Yeah.
Always works. Always works. And it's not invasive. It seems like you're nervous. It seems like you're not telling me something. It seems like you're concerned about this.
Yeah.
People really
That's
open
what
up.
I meant. That's what I meant around calling it out instead of, would you call it out to say something or would you just let things unfold? That's what I meant.
And again, it depends on the context. I think I explained this to Andronator, that it depends on the context. Sometimes you have to drag it a bit more so that you can get more things and stack it up. And sometimes it's about, yeah, I'm going to call that out immediately. Only the context will tell you that. Like only the
Okay.
context.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Coaching call takeaway. Do not be a pancake. Facts. That's what I think people feel when they talk to me. They look like they're not sure whether to stop or keep talking. Yes. It's just like, what do I do? Jared, me dying inside because this dude yaps about his sister taking pictures. It seems like you want to get out of this call. And Junati?
Just a quick question on the note of body language. Is there something more to the one shrug with the shoulder? For example, I might have just misread you wrong because I'm a bit tired at the moment, but you said, I'm not gonna do that, and you did like this. And I've also noticed on my own calls, when I review my own calls, that I do it as well. Like, for
Mhm.
example, during the pitch, I say, yeah, Mr. Prospect, you can't just rely on LinkedIn Indeed like you did 5 years ago, like this. So is it not always that you're saying something you don't believe? Like, is there something more?
No, that's a great example. That's a great example, literally, because a part of you believes that he can just do it. He can literally just do the LinkedIn thing. It's fine. I mean, his life. That's why you're not sure. Okay. Sometimes I also catch myself when I give you an advice about something and I do this. And it's not necessarily because I don't believe it. It's because I know that you guys can just not do it. So there's also that context as well. That's the problem with body language. It's great, but at the same time, you have to really see the context and know the person for it. Yes. So it's a combination of
Okay.
things. But this is always like this is lack of security in what you're saying. Sometimes that lack of security could be, and the most likely is that this lack of security is based on what you're saying because you don't believe in yourself. This, in sometimes, if you're someone who thinks a lot for the other person, like me, it could be lack of security for the other person. Because I can tell you, Andronati, that you have to go to the gym. But if I believe that you're not someone who goes to the gym, there's some doubt in me. Okay? But I know for a fact that going to the gym is a good thing. And then the third scenario, this is more complex, but it can happen. Have any of you guys, and I'm sure you do, when you have two thoughts at the same time, or like you're talking about something, but you're thinking about something else, or you're reading something, but you're thinking about something else, you know? That is basically none of you are nodding. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. You're reading and you're thinking about something else, right? It's like two tabs are open. It's like there's two tabs open, right? And the brain doesn't work on two tabs. It's like you're doing this all the time. So maybe I am talking to you guys right now, but I am thinking about whether I should go on the date with this chick, and I'm like, and I display a little bit of that. That can also happen. It's more unlikely, but there's another. Nah, Jared, what the fuck? Okay, so yes,
Yes. Gracias.
is this an issue for women too? They keep saying how great they are at multitasking. Yeah, no, that's just women pride. It's like we're great at multitasking. It's like there is, if you literally compare a baseline, women do have a bigger baseline on being able to multitask, but the difference is like this. Because the brain is not designed to multitask anyways. It's like that's not how it works. Yes. But you know, for instance, if you just go back to stuff thousands and thousands of years ago, men, life of a man, hunt, sex, sleep. Hunt, sex, sleep. Life of a woman, carrying the child, grabbing the fruits, taking care of the child. Doesn't she by nature would have a bit of an advantage of it, but it's not like, oh, okay, I'm a woman, I'm going to text, I'm going to drive, and I'm also going to paint my nails. That does not happen. Yes, especially the driving part. I'm sorry, I had to make the joke. It was just perfectly light up for that. Anyways, let's keep going a bit more. Our ancestors were slaying dragons. Yes.
But you could also just go, you could work full time, or you could just keep doing what you're doing where you're working and then you're doing this on the side. Like
Right.
if I need to know that you're going to be successful working with us, that we can actually help you get results, what's like the reason why you are willing to do this, willing to make a change and scale your business? Does that make sense?
Like the overall big picture in the long
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Just
This is not a good question at all. You're getting him committed and valuing himself to you, when in reality, you should be understanding the job and knowing why he wants to change it in the first place. It you going on a date, I need to know why I should accept being with you. And she's like, what do you mean? You just talk to me. That's literally the example. Yes.
to be financially stable and independent. So like,
Mhm.
you know, just working for myself rather than working for a job that, you know, if you mess up, you might get replaced in the next week, you know, be your own boss type of thing, be an entrepreneur. Like,
Mhm.
and I know it sounds a little cliche because, you know, that stuff's like trending, but like I've been selling on eBay for like since I got out of high school. So it's been like, or like, I mean, I got out of high school like 10 years ago. So the thing
Mhm.
is like, I've been selling on there, like on the side.
Mhm.
And then recently I started obviously scaling, but it's like I already know the ins and out of it, and like when I start reflecting on myself, it's like what else is there for me to go all in on? It's like this is what I've known for years already, so might as well scale with this. And
Mhm.
like I said, create that independence with myself in the long run, and you know, be the entrepreneur.
Textbook prospect. He also doesn't believe that much in the idea. If you go back in this call or in this loom, there's a moment where he even says, they say it like that. And he talks to a term in entrepreneur. I don't remember the term, but he said, they say it like that. And now when he's talking about making money, living the life of the entrepreneur, blah, 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 he talks it like it's kind of like a fantasy, like a possibility, like maybe. He doesn't believe in this so much. So a lot of things here. But you need to get that pain. So let me tell you why this call failed. You're not getting pain. I'm not seeing pain enough here to overcome the situation. Like pain has to be bigger than the current situation for someone to change. Number one. Number two, urgency. You guys are talking about the future. Number three, he does not believe that he's gonna be able to make it. That's why he's also like future pacing it so much. There's not. I'm not seeing strong belief, and also I haven't seen a lot of ownership. So this is a boat with a bunch of holes. And what you're doing right now is like you're just grabbing a bucket, it's like tossing out the water as much as you can on the boat, when you should be just, you know, fixing those little holes. Yeah. That's literally this call. Why this call failed? Like very surgical way. Is he insecure about that? Is he? I don't know about what. If he said, if I can do it at the beginning, no ownership. Okay. Yeah. That's another example.
Entrepreneur that I see myself being, right?
Okay. You mentioned financial independence. You also mentioned you want to live comfortably. Are you able to do that right now with where you're at?
Yeah, I'm able to do that. The thing is, like, I just don't see myself going to a job and clocking in for somebody that's somebody else's company, you know, like somebody else's, um, like their legacy, if you want to call it, you know, like I want to build my own legacy rather than going and, you know, having to work for somebody else's legacy.
Mhm.
Even
So
though
my
I
question
am,
then,
yeah, go ahead.
you said you're able to do it now. So
Yeah.
And he repeated the word legacy 3 times in one sentence. Talk about legacy. How's your legacy so far? That's a leap question. How's that legacy going so far? He starts like squirting, like dying in pain. Nah, you heard something bad, Tyler. I'm looking at you. What did you hear, my man? About him in eBay for so long and not making the money he wants. Yeah. Then why are you not doing it? That's for the ownership. Yeah, he still not has it.
why not just keep doing what you're doing? Like, why work with us or work with someone else or look for outside help if you're able to have the life you want now?
Because like I said, my right now my job isn't that's not where I see myself. Like I see myself again being full time and on eBay. And I know I can do it. Like I'm not saying like this
I know I can do it.
can't be done without being part of the group, but I know it's gonna be very helpful for me. Like it's gonna be another stepping stone if I do use it because I've been watching David on YouTube for like the past year, and it's like they say if you're trying to do something, just watch the people that are
If they say, you see, is the language. He's not part of the group who do this. Okay, who's gonna join the hunters? A guy who says, "Yeah, they close deals," or a guy who says, "I close deals." It it is that simple. They're giving you clues all the time.
already doing it and just, you know, like copy and paste. So I've been watching him and it's like I know exactly how he runs his business. Like I use the same inventory systems and it's like right now I see him how he's doing the wholesale side and he's building his connections with the raw credential stuff and it's like that would benefit me. And also in the long run when I try to build like my warehouse, when I try to hire employees more, like the VA stuff, it's like I would need someone to guide me a little more, you know?
Right. Let's talk in 3 years. And I'm not saying anything else. Let's see what he says to that. And if you want to make it more persuasive, you say, "Great, let's talk in 15 years." Let's see what he says.
Because I'm doing this all on my own. I don't have friends that do this type of stuff. So it's like all I really have is like just watching David on YouTube. It's like he's already doing it. I know I watch other people too. I've learned, you know, the VA stuff from other people, but he's like specifically where I'm trying to be, you know, with the
Why?
warehouse.
Why can't you do it alone? Like you said, you need David. Why can't you do it alone?
So specifically, like if you want me to be as specific as possible, it's like the connections with the inventory. I know I can do it. Like I have the systems. Like I've seen other people use these systems.
When someone doesn't know anything about a topic, they very they clinch to one thing as much as they can. So for example, let's say someone wants to work with me on sales. Yeah, I just need help with the script. Yeah, I just need a good script. Yeah, it's just that the script doesn't work. It's like, and this guy is with inventory. He repeated like 8 times. Okay. So, and like I said at the beginning, I don't remember why, but I remember that I said at the beginning that this guy really doesn't know much about the topic in the way. Oh, I remember when I said that he was lying. Great, another indicator. He doesn't know much about it. This is another proof of it. But the point is, he doesn't know much about it. Why is this relevant? Because when I'm doing a recap a little bit further down in the call, I'm saying, Jesse, you know that roast part that I told you guys that you should do? Jesse, you have no idea how to do this. You're only saying that you're going to be successful in years from now. You say that you want to hire a team that does everything for you, and you still don't even know where to start. And you're telling me that you're in a job that you don't want. How's this looking? Like shit, isn't it? Yeah. So you're piling up the things by reading between the lines on it.
Systems like the inventory, the SKU system, the VA stuff. Like I've seen other people do it before David, so
Mhm.
it's not new to me what he's doing. It's just that I see that he's in California. I'm in California. I don't know if that helps anything, but like he has all the connections, and you know that's what I'm looking for. Is like I just need to make sure that within 5
If you want to make a good question for him specifically, say, okay, what are your current connections to help you build that good inventory? None, bro. I don't have any connections. Right?
5 years or 10 years, like I'm still able to get inventory and not have to worry about it, you know? Because it's like if you give me the inventory, I'm gonna do the work. Like, you know, it's gonna get done. But like I said right now specifically, I have this one supplier, and the thing with them is like they're selling bales as a side business. So
Mhm.
I don't know how serious they're taking it, you know?
Okay. So what happens if you lose that one supplier?
I would have to
Mm.
go back to he sells raw credentials. So I have other suppliers, but they sell like thrift store turnaround stock. So stuff that
This is a bad question because what does this guy do? This is the typical, I'm gonna give you a negative and I'm gonna bring you the positive as much as I can. This is what this guy does. You're saying, what happens if this happens? It's like, oh well, I will do this and I get not a problem. You got to do the opposite. With this guy, you have to do the opposite. Okay. And only talk down on him, down as negative points when you roast him. Because right now he just lifts himself up. Why? Because he lives in future state land. If you live in future state city and you tell me, Luca, you're out of shape. Yeah, but in the future I'll be fine, man. Luca, you don't have money. Yeah, but in the future I'm gonna be rich. Luca, you only know 2 languages and a half. Yeah, but in the future I'm gonna know 4. It I don't have a single problem with it. But if I live in present city, then I'm fucked and that hurts. Yes? So you need to move him away from that city. You need to move him. He cannot live in that city anymore. And you can even say it to the prospect like I'm saying now. Hey, by the way, you're living in future city. Future city is great in when you go to sleep. You know, that last moments before you sleep that you start fantasizing, it's a great thing. But what about the rest of the day? So you have to you can definitely bring it up to him. It's another possibility.
Now
Like
I
Ambro
see
says.
why I was so lost in this call because of
Why?
that.
Oh, because of the
Because
future thing?
because everything's in the future. Even I started future pacing. I'm like, what happens if you lose your supplier?
There you go. You lost the call because you guys were talking about the future. You cannot go in the future. It's like sales 101. You future pace, you don't make money. It's like Ambro says, show his reality and not his fantasy.
didn't sell at the thrift stores. So obviously that's been through stages of people picking it, right?
Mhm.
And the raw donation stuff is like that's the first contact of you and the product.
Mhm.
So I'd rather build those type of sources rather than the stuff that doesn't sell at the thrift stores. You get me?
Yeah. Yeah. So I understand kind of like the issue you're having. And
Also, why is this call so long? 20, 40, 60, more than an hour.
well, I think it's because he was going to close
Hmm.
with the like a payment plan, but he needed a credit card. And then he put it in, but he didn't have that much on the credit card. And then he's like, you know what? I'm not going to do it.
Okay. You gotta hop in a call in 7 minutes. Cool. Not a problem.
The fact that you need suppliers and you want to get access to those connections. I guess what I'm still trying to figure out when I zoom out, right, and think, see kind of like the big picture.
Yeah.
I understand you really want to make eBay work. You want to scale it. You want to have financial freedom. I guess what I don't understand is like what's pushing you now to make a change because you've been doing this for however long you have your own supplier. Now you're looking for us to help you out with getting access to another supplier and just helping you overall scale the business. What's pushing you to do it now? Because you could just procrastinate it and wait 6 months or a year,
Yeah,
2 years.
so what's pushing me right now is basically like, I mean, I'm 27 years old and I look at my life and I'm like, I'm not gonna just keep waiting for you know, maybe something happened. It's like I got to make it happen right now because I'm thinking about my future. You know, I'm thinking about stability and, you know, like I don't see myself at a job. So it's like I'm not gonna invest in a 401k at a job when I
Mhm.
rather like invest my money into a business and build something for my family. You know, like I said, I hired my sister, and it's like if I'm the one that's gonna be able to bring that type of income into my life, I'd rather build something and then like help my family on the way. You know.
Mhm.
So right now it's
Okay.
like I've dealt with trial and error. Like I've bought courses in my younger 20s, and like it's like I'm not at that point where I'm just trying to see what happens. You know, it's like I already know if I scale right now, like it's all a matter of timing. It's like just put the work in and it'll happen. But it's like I'm not trying to be on standby. I'm trying to actually.
Genuinely, well, Jared left. Oh no, there he is. Look, genuinely, the best thing you could have done at this point is just say, "Hey, man, can I be honest with you? Yeah, you're in. What is this book about? You're in Alice. You're Alice in Wonderland. That's basically where you are." He's like, "What do you mean, dude? If I in the future, when I hired, if I make the money, when I become successful, when I have the warehouse, yeah, and we can also talk about when I am gonna be invited into the island. It's like since we're gonna be future pacing anything, it's like, well, no, that doesn't help you at all. You have a life that you don't want to have. You have a job that you don't want to have. You don't know where to start. You don't know how to hire a team. You're lost in the process. Why are you future pacing the stuff and not seeing the current reality? Your current reality, mate, is not the one that you want. Do you want my help to fix that? Or do you want to keep future pacing stuff, like talking about the future? Because if that's the case, then sure, I don't know, 5 years from now, I'll give you my email. Let's talk. Like, you have to bring that level of cruelty and reality to the conversation. Otherwise, this never ends. You see, 21 minutes never ends, and probably never ever did. It's just like there's future pacing like crazy. Da? Wunderbar. Tyler?
Yeah, as we're talking about the future state XYZ, and like my sales manager is a huge future state guy, especially now I'm bringing it back to that job. Like when people like their job, I was wondering how can I do it in a setting call? Because first of all, when people say they enjoy their jobs, I know they're lying. Because why would you look for a way out? But it's so hard to call that out on a setting call. So my sales manager told me to say, hey, if we're in another situation where I know it's bad. That's why I want to ask it. If you're in another situation where you're making the same income as your job, would you stay in same income as your job online? Would you stay in that job, or what would you do? Is that's a fucked up way, by the way. Most of the time I get them. Yeah, I would still stay because I want passive income. So how do I cool it out in a way that I know you don't want passive income, you want to leave your job for whatever reason, but you are shy to tell me.
I would literally call it out like you did, but instead of saying shy, I would say, let's break that down. If you're in a call with someone and that someone is telling you that they have a shitty job, right? That they don't like, they're like, I don't know about this fucking job, whatever, whatever. Or the opposite, they tell you they really like it, future pacing it, going with, yeah, well, imagine in the future you can do the same money. It's like with something different. Would you do that? You either get, no, I will stay. Then you say, well, then why are you in? Why did you even apply it in the first place? Why did you have? Why did you take this action in the first place? That's the only way you can go. And then you say, come on, be real with me. I don't care. You don't know me. You can just tell me. I'm like, fine. We're probably gonna never talk again. So I might as well. That's one. Or the other one is that they literally tell you, nah, you know what? After you say, if you could make the same money with a different job, would you take? It's like, yeah, of course, man. Like, I don't want to have this job. So great. What have you done already?
Mhm.
Future pacing can be used, especially if you have someone above you who wants you to use future pacing, can be used if you just do it and you bring it to the present. It has to be like this.
Mhm.
So I can future pace you all day, but I bring you to the present with the next one. So,
Okay.
Tyler, what type of closer do you want to be? One that makes 20K a month. How much are you making right now? Yes. Tyler,
Yeah.
you're looking to buy this property. What property would you like? Well, one that has, great windows and it's in the center of the city. Great. Where do you live right now? Is everything that I go, boom, I bring it back. I always do this. Tyler, what type of romantic partner would you like? Someone who is a blondie, who is smart and knows how to cook. Great. What's your current partner right now, or what were the partners that you had before? Contrast. Yes.
Mhm.
And then I go, Aiden, what type of business would you want to have? Well, one that actually makes me profitable money, consistent. I don't have to be micromanaging people. Great. In your current business right now, how many people do you micromanage? How many money is making you? So you future pace and then you bring it back. Okay. So you can future pace all day, especially if the dude above you wants, no, you should future pace. Great. Do it. But then bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Because that gives you the power. And there you have it. How you can future pace like a motherfucker and still have the capacity to actually make money with it. All right. So remember, because this is the most important thing, future pacing is shit, but if you're forced to do it, you can enhance something. You can just go to a future pace, and as soon as you did it, you bring it back into the present. So basically, this looks like if you're selling real estate and you feel like future pacing it could be a good thing, you say, hey, by the way, John, how's the life? What will be the house that you want to have? And John says, oh man, I would like a house that has like 1,000 meters square and like, I don't know, and fuck, a lot of windows and a big garage. I was like, great, awesome. Where do you live right now? You future pacing and you bring it back. So it's like you talk about the dream state and boom, you bring it to the present so that they feel the fucking pain of it. And now they're like, fuck. This is the only way that this works, all right? I'll give you an extra one. Future pacing sometimes will be helpful if you're having a prospect who really doesn't want to open up. He's like, he's being a complete idiot for no reason and not really wanting to open up. You should call that out, by the way. You should just say, hey, Mr. Prospect, why in the fuck you're not talking to me? Like, I genuinely want to help you. That case, some cases, people are just idiots. They're just not going to do it. So you can just future pace it a bit. With future pace, everyone loves to talk. Everyone loves to talk about their dreams and what they're going to get. So you can just force that and then you bring it back into the present. It's a healthy thing that you can do if you don't know how to get more information out of the prospect. So you can definitely try that out, but don't make your winning strategy to future pace, all right? And yeah, like I said, don't be scammed by the fucking gurus. All right, gentlemen and ladies, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Happy hunting.